If you play Helldiver 2 or any online game long enough, you will encounter cheaters. No, I won't explain what a cheater is, but if you don't know, you've never been in a relationship. But what is important for this video is that there are multiple reasons for cheating. Most commonly, cheating to gain an advantage over other players, for example Valorant, where you try to increase your MMR by having an unfair advantage over other players. Or the second type of cheaters, who just mess around and try to have fun with the game in ways that are usually not able to be approached. Like in story games or PvE games and like overall. Like infinite health where you just run into enemies and just, I don't know, stab them to death with a wooden stick. Or have infinite ammunition and use your favorite gun for as long as you wish. Now, Helldiver 2 is in a little weird spot because it's an online shooter and it has anti-kernel, like anti-cheating. No, not anti-kernel, but like anti-cheats on a kernel level. And even if you cheat in Helldiver 2, even if you try to sabotage your team, there's like no real human loss here because winning the mission faster or just being an annoying prick doesn't really accomplish anything. There is no rank or MMR in the game. There's like nothing to gain with the cheats except to just do things faster. And I think this is like the charm of Helldiver 2 cheating. Like, I'm not gonna toot my own horn here, but if there's something I love, then it is just to go on a mission like Div 7 alone and just infinite ammunition and shoot with the leveler as long as I like and just enjoy the explosions. If I'm not mistaken, I can like hit you up with a link or just have some footage in the background, but this is just so satisfying to have. It's just fun. But so why even cheat in Helldiver 2? Like, sure, you could ruin other people's day with it, but you don't really need cheats for that. Like, I got griefed multiple times by randoms who joined with explosive stratagems. Like dropping 4 that like 380, 120, the 500G, like the kilogram bomb, and like some other prick, and then he shoots you in the back of the head the moment you survived. So you don't really need cheats for that. And even with cheats, I mean, what do you wanna do? Like, either you get kicked, or you're the host and the people leave. There's no real value of doing this. Now, as I explained before, I enjoy messing with the game. I just enjoy doing things in the game that you can't have on the normal playthrough. Like spawning 20 Vox engines, like getting the nostalgia kick of the good old Vox engines before they like reduce their spawn rates. Or just, you know, like there's not a lot of things you can do with cheats that aren't like just fun killers, like infinite stratagems. I mean, yeah, sure, cool. I mean, yeah, cool. I have 10 orbital lasers. Ooh, that's so fun. Now I can sit back. Or 20 mortars shooting at stuff. Like, it's fun the first time, but more stuff just gets boring. So there are other people that like try to balance the stuff and make their own adjustments to the games, like increasing or decreasing like weapon damage or enemy durability, or making tanks more durable to melee hits, you know, just small things that don't really get traction overall, that most people don't really care about. There are YouTube channels of people doing this. I think there's like a cheat from Havoc that makes you spawn different factions enemies, so you can have a Vox engine against a Bile Titan. Just little cool stuff that most people don't really care about if you do that. Now there's the second type of cheating and the controversial one. Like, I interacted a lot with the community and I have gotten the most mixed feedback in the history of mixed feedback. Usually Reddit is an echo chamber and there's mostly like one opinion people follow. But I learned that there are two opinions when it comes to Helldivers. And the one, people that think the grinding of the game is completely justified and absolutely part of the game. And then people like me who hate the way that grinding is in the game. And the second type of cheaters cheat to gain resources, in particular super credits. Now, I don't say I did that stuff, but I am saying it's possible to do that stuff. Like, if you look at YouTube, you're gonna find out that there are ways to do that relatively easy. And before I continue talking about the history of cheating, I wanna explain for those people who really think that grinding super credits the natural way is part of the game. No, it's not. It's extremely boring, to be honest. I mean, the fastest way to grind them is to join a low mission, walk around or drive around in the vehicle, and search for places where the super credits are able to spawn, like in bunkers. And then you have to hope there are super credits in it. And then what you do? You do the objective and then extract. Nah, dog, you don't. You just leave the game and repeat. Takes about 3 minutes to do this to get like 10 super credit. But let's be generous and say our fellow diver finds 20 super credits per 3 minutes. And let's just say per hour we get 400 super credits of doing nothing except the set thing. The enemies are weak to the low level, so you don't care about them, you don't care about objectives, you don't care about extraction, you don't care about samples, and you especially don't care about medals because you don't even finish the mission. So, what do you actually do? If I look at Helldivers, I don't imagine playing like this. This is the equivalent of those people that in like Black Ops 2, I don't know if you guys remember, but in Black Ops 2 there's like a bank where you can store credits. And what a lot of people did is just grind a lot of credits and then put it in the bank to have like more fun stuff. And I always despised this way of playing, just playing for credits to have in the bank. I hated it. I played the game, and if the option arose, I put in my credits, like the money I didn't need. And that's it. I never farmed credits in Black Ops because I thought if you really just play for the money and that's it, like if not playing the game is not fun, then why play it? And I had people that were like, oh, I wanna, like, I need to farm the money for the bank, and I was like, bro, who the fuck cares? Just play the game. And here you can't, because this is the fastest way. In Black Ops you could, I did it, I never had the issue with the credits, but here you actually need to do this. I call this not grinding, I call this actually unemployment, because if you are employed, if you have a part-time job, you get more super credits per hour than like this. But sure, now people could argue, oh, you don't need to do this. If you play normally, you will get enough super credits. Or imagine if you had to pay with it with money. Be thankful that you can grind it. And you know what I'm gonna say to this? Like, genuine question. If you need to buy super credits, if you can't grind it, if you need to buy super credits in order to unlock Warbones, would anyone be playing the game? Like, honestly, if the only way to unlock Warbones was to buy them, would anyone play the game? Because I wouldn't. I would have quit long time ago. But no. I mean, let's be thankful that you can grind it. Or what about, I don't know, I mean, you can just pay for it. Was also an argument that I heard a lot of times. Just pay for it. You have to do in, like, the work in some way. Like, no. Brother, this is a PvE shooter. This is like one of those games where you're not supposed to buy power. This is one of those games like Deep Rock Galactic where you just play the game. This is not an MMO where you play, unlock new stuff, unlock better stuff, unlock rare items, and get stronger, and then fight better enemies. This is not an MMO. A lot of people on Reddit confuse Helldiver 2 with MMOs, where they say, oh, in World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy, you actually also need to pay to be able to play the game. Like, brother in Christ, first of all, you choose to follow this concept. I don't pay money to play Helldivers on a monthly basis. I bought the game once and that's it. And secondly, I don't play an MMO. I hate MMOs for this exact reason. I don't want to grind. Like, I feel I'm not the target audience for it. Same with Warframe. I love Warframe. I love the community. I love the vibes. I love the devs. I love everything about Warframe. But people out there cannot, for the love of God, cannot compare Warframe to Helldivers. It is not an MMO. Why do I have to keep mentioning this? And even if you get those 1000 super credits, what do you get from it? Do you get stronger, or is the stuff better? No, it's not necessarily better, because they try to balance the game around. Like, everything should be as good as the other things. Like, sure, different factions require different loadouts. That is true. So different enemies have better guns. Like, for example, the Cremator, or the big flamethrower with the backpack, is better against the bugs than against the robots, and that's true. But they try to balance everything. And this is not something you do in an MMO. The new stuff should always be better than the old stuff, because otherwise you don't have an intensive to get them. And then you have warbounds that are mostly like dog shit. Like, what the fuck? There are multiple warbounds in the game where I think there's nothing of value in it. Why the fuck should I buy it? But then you think, oh, I want the, I don't know, maxi gun, and then you have the maxi gun, and then you piss your pants because there's one armored enemy you cannot kill. And you think to yourself, motherfucker, what the fuck did I buy the maxi gun for? You spend hours grinding super credits, then you spend time grinding for medals, which would be fine. I think grinding medals would be fine if the cost wouldn't just explode towards the end. But sure, I like the idea of grinding medals, because you grind them by just playing the game. Just play the game. That's all you gotta do. Just play the game. I love this. Or sandpits. I also love sandpits, because I don't like the way sandpits are, like how they work right now. But the idea of getting samples and then unlocking new stuff is very cool. But the problem is with the samples that the stuff you unlock with it is fucking game changer sometimes. Like, some things are completely dog, and other things like better steering on the helipod are absolutely necessary and cannot be played without it. Oh, it's disgusting. But, well, enough of the warbounds and the super credit situation. We're gonna now talk about the cheat divers and the cheats. Well, first of all, since when can you cheat and how easy is it to cheat? And I'm gonna be honest, there are two big timelines when it comes to cheating in Helldivers. One is post Sony and one is with Sony. And when it comes to the release of Helldiver 2, cheating was... I'm not making this up. Players report cheating on day 2 of the launch of Helldiver 2. Day 2, by the way. They have a kernel level anti-cheat. And on day 2, there were reported cheaters and hackers in Helldiver 2. Now, I cannot backtrack this information because I didn't play at that time. And there were bans at that time because Sony and Helldiver 2, or like Arrowhead, they cooperated and everything was running through a PlayStation account. So basically, while Sony was like running the show, they had the guns to ban people, and they also banned people, like sometimes too much. Like, there were people that got banned for stuff that really wasn't on their part. There's on Reddit, you can read some posts about it, but they're very old, so I didn't like research, and they have very few comments. But overall, this is important to remember. Like, you need to understand that why Sony was part of Helldivers, like why Sony accounts were part of it, they were bans. Now, they are not. And you might be thinking, how is that possible? Why would Arrowhead have no ban service, like no community management, no like anti-cheater group in their party? Like, I was taking a very long time with it, but after finishing my research, I have been looking around at people with 100k super credits to 10 million super credits who haven't been banned. My research goes that at least people who have been using cheats for at least 6 months haven't been banned. I contacted many people and asked them, hey, how long have you been cheating? And how long have you been like not banned? And those people say to the time that I use them at least 6 months, like not regularly, but like sometimes, and I haven't been banned. And I could verify, I can't verify if the people are lying or not, because they are online and they play the game. They used the cheats, it's like something out of my power. But from my research, I have Googled, at least between 6 to 12 months, there haven't been any bans. And looking at it, since Sony detached from Helldiver 2, there haven't been any bans at all. The only way to stop playing Helldiver right now is to actually like do some type of fraud where you just buy super credits with a credit card and then charge back at the last day. Like, but this is not cheating. Like, this is just usual credit card fraud. Like, this has nothing to do with cheating. And I really tried. A lot of people on Reddit have this misconception of, oh, you're gonna get banned. Oh, my guy, you are not gonna get banned. No one has been banned. Stop saying people have been banned. No one has been banned since the detach of Sony. I can't find anything. I couldn't find a ban message. I couldn't contact anyone or find any forum where someone said, hey, I've been using this cheat and I got banned. There's no evidence right now that people have been banned. No evidence could have been found in the internet. And trust me, the internet is a very big place. Also, in the time I did that research about cheating and getting super credits and contacting them, like how long have you done it, how many super credits do you have, they also added the ability to buy 100 euros bundles of super credits. Like, this is, you cannot make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Oh, but anyway, this is as it stays. I'm not saying this is gonna stay forever. Today is the 20th of April. And maybe it changes in the future. If you have been banned, and you legit have been banned in the last 6 to 12 months, like or yesterday, like up to 12 months, on PC, this is important, on PC, not on Xbox, not on PS5, on PC, then please, for the love of God, tell me and show me. Because as long as I don't have any proof, I'm gonna keep going around and telling people, no, you can't get fucking banned. Stop making this shit up. Now, sadly, I'm not too in-depth about the cheating word, but after playing with a cheater, he told me some directions, and I was like, okay, how is it that you can cheat this easily, or this undetectable? Like, he did stuff in that game that you couldn't even dream of happening in a regular game of Helldiver 2. Not only was he dropping super credits from the sky, no, he was dropping enemies from the sky, different faction enemies from the sky. He was making himself go like 20 times the speed. He had infinite health, infinite ammunition, infinite stims, infinite grenades. The guy had everything. Then the guy also like had every stratagem in the game in that run for some reason, or at least he said he could have every stratagem in the game, and dropped like multiple different stratagems. And yeah, he gave me a direction and told me what to do. And basically what I did was I went to YouTube and typed in Helldiver 2 super credits cheats. And after having like looking around, there was a YouTube channel I found that had a video on this. And I'm not gonna give any exposure to those people. They are the most disgusting and toxic people possible. Like, I'm not gonna mention any names, but I'm gonna say it like this. If you know those people, good for you, but for fuck's sakes, if anyone tells in my comments who those people are, don't do it. Don't give them the exposure. They don't deserve it. Now, I'm gonna talk about what the issue with those people is. They have a strict no anime rule, which I can understand. I'm a weeb myself, and okay, well, I'm kidding. Like, I can't understand the anime thing, because like I get it. Like, don't talk about anime, but in some way I can understand it. Like, the anime community is extremely annoying, but this is the stuff where I draw the line. Like, furries, sure, they have a bad name. I get that. I can also understand furries to some degree, because furries have also like a extremely terrible reputation. Like, holy fucking shit. Furries have probably with anime like the worst possible reputation on the internet or when it comes to communities. But still, it's like whatever, you know? But then there comes like the LGBTQ community, and that was the point where I draw the line, like completely. Like, for fuck's sake, why do we have a problem with someone being gay? This is not like asking, hey, I don't like the way you're living because you're forcing it on me or something. Like this is just like, bro, we are in what year are we? 2026? And you're scared of gay people? You don't want them on your server? Are we like going back in the time where people had to hide themselves being gay? And I particularly talk about gay people in this kind because I know a few gay people that got banned for it. And a lot of anime watchers got banned because they had an anime profile picture or like in a furry profile picture, you know? This is so stupid because then those people, like I sent there because they were like, hey, I'm also interested in the topic, and I sent them there and they came back to me and they were like, hey, I got banned, can you help me out? And I was like, bro. Like at first I was like, yeah, I mean that's all new for watching anime. Jujutsu Kaisen? Nah, man, you can't have this here. Like, and they ban people for anything related to that. If you have any anime resemblance, any LGBTQ association in any part of your profile, like not just the picture, but like a profile overall. Again, I can understand that those communities are not something you wanna talk about, but if you create such a hostile place of unacceptance, then I'm not gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. They openly love Hitler, have the most disgusting GIF on their server that like shows up when you join the server. They are strictly Christian and Republican, and I don't have a problem with different worldviews, but I have a problem with the Donald Trump Christianity and Republican people, you know, because I think they are extremely toxic. You can't talk with them about anything. And yeah, I don't have a lot of proof, but what I have is probably gonna be on screen. Anyway, they hosted the file and took all credit for it. Sorry that I had to like make this big thing, but for me it was important to explain to you how toxic this community is. But anyway, they hosted the file. It was a cheat engine file. Yes, if you know cheat engine, it's like the oldest cheat in the book. It's probably one of the first widespread cheats, and with a Lua script you are able to use cheat engine in Helldivers and do literally whatever you want. Not the stuff that the hacker did I mentioned, but you can do a lot of things, like really a lot of things, and I love doing a lot of things. But anyway, they hosted the file and they took all credit for it, despite being created by... I'm gonna talk about it soon. But the names I'm gonna mention here, they are on the internet, you can find them, so I'm gonna talk about the names you can probably find yourself. They are Havoc, which is a cheating service. They create cheating services that charge money for a temporary base, like weekly, monthly, yearly, sometimes daily. And they do it for a lot of different games. Like Helldiver, they do it for, I don't know what other games. I really don't care about those guys. The moment I saw they charge money for the cheats, I was like, yeah, sure, buddy. Sure thing, man. Yeah, I mean, thumbs up, man. Hooey. And one other guy called Zodiac. And this is now getting a little bit sketchy. I have an undercover man like called Potato, and I sent him on a recon mission. Gather as much information about Zodiac and his relationship on Heaven Cup, and it's basically extremely empty. Like, there's no fucking way to get any proof whatsoever of the things I'm gonna say now, and we really tried to find anything, because for the love of God, I'm not gonna drop like DMs. So I tried to find anything I can find in the World Wide Web, but I couldn't find anything. So there are maybe some things that are gonna feel a little bit sketchy, but please hold on with me. So he worked with Havoc, so Zodiac worked with Havoc. Something happened between Zodiac and Havoc, and Zodiac decided to release everything he has worked on with Havoc on unknown cheats. Now, you could say there's no proof for that, and I would say true, but I have sources that I cannot show that prove he worked there. And the thing is that I cannot talk with this about anyone, because it's either I talk with it about Zodiac, and I don't think the guy wants to talk about this on YouTube, and Havoc Hub probably also, like, if that's true, they're gonna be the ones talking shit about him, so it's not gonna be a fair trial either way. But anyway, Zodiac worked for Havoc, and there happened something, and then he released everything on unknown cheats under an old account, and then everything Havoc Hub charged money for was free on the web. And those Nazis took it. I don't know what they did with it, but they uploaded it to their Discord server, and they said they did it all by themselves, like the guys from their server. And when I had like the same cheats that were made, like connected on my server, like talking about it and stuff, I had all three people, like all three parties, show up and tell me they did it, like all by themselves, like they did it. And holy fucking shit. Like first, someone from Zodiac came and said, oh yeah, that's Zodiac cheats, he uploaded it. And I was like, for real? No, I have it from that. He says he did it all by himself. And he was like, no, it's the Zodiac cheat. And then I googled and I found, oh damn, it's really on unknown cheats, holy fuck. Then I had someone from Havoc Hub that came and told me, hey, this is our cheat. And I was like, huh? What do you mean? I have it from this Discord, it's also on unknown cheats. Pretty bad business model to release your cheats for free. And then he was like, no, it's our cheat. But the guy just dropped it on the internet while he worked at this. And I was like, okay. Then I put them into this, like, set that they worked for it too, like the Havoc Hub thing. And then the Nazis came and told me to delete it because I stole it from them and didn't credit them. And I sat there and I was like, for fuck's sake, you are the third person in this week that came to me and said, you worked on it. Next thing, Joe Biden is gonna join my server and tell me, yo, I worked on this shit. You gonna credit me too, boy? Like, for fuck's sake. And every cheating community I interacted with, like, those three cheating communities are not the only cheating communities I interacted with. Like, every one of them are fucking hostile as fuck. If you ask something, you're gonna get caught a retard. If you or you get a road, it's like you ask a stupid question, or you're a moron or something. Like, for some reason they publicly give out their cheat, but also hate people that wanna try to use them. Like, I get it. I have people on my server too where I think, oh, the fuck did you even install Windows? I had one guy, and I told him, yo, it's cheat engine, and he was like, okay, what is cheat engine? And he kept like trying to start it without cheat engine. I was like, what? You need cheat engine? And he was like, what the fuck is even cheat engine? Isn't this cheat engine? I had to explain to him what cheat engine is and how it works, and all this stuff. Of course, for like research purposes, like nothing important. But anyway, every community, like, I also have alt accounts being undercover on different accounts, on different servers, and holy fucking shit, they all hate each other. Everyone thinks they stole from them. The moment you have like some new feature, someone shows up, they all pretend it's theirs. This is so insane. Oh. I'm really sorry that this part went into like ranting. But the point is, I'm trying to say is, the cheating community is kind of dying right now. Zodiac's cheats now have a verification system where you need to be logged in within their Discord to activate it. The Nazis completely stopped working on it. They closed their server. I don't know why. Havoc Hub still sells it, so that's why. I'm sorry. I can't take it seriously. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna pay monthly to use some cheat. Oh. So I just sorry. Anyway, and every other community I had like contact with, like, there are no real progresses. And this makes me sad because at the end of the day, I love Helldiver. Like, I really enjoy playing the game, but there are so many fucking issues. Like, the grind is extremely boring. There are so many weapons that are extremely ass, but when you don't play on high difficulties are so fun to use. I love using the flag. Like, it sucks dick, but I love using the flag. Ah. But yeah, I mean, even without cheaters getting banned, like there are no ban waves, the cheating community is dying right now. The number of people working on cheats or publishing cheats are becoming fewer and fewer. And you might think, hey, this is good stuff, but it's not good stuff because I know why it's happening. Because the cheating communities fight between each other right now. Who did what? Like, I don't know what exactly is happening. Like, I don't know, doxing or something. But I can tell you what happened to my server. And the amount of threats, like death threats, and people that like tried me to send me random links, and like, I know it was mostly the Nazis that did that, but still, like, the amount of people that told me to stop talking about cheats, stop helping people. Like, bro, this is a video game. I'm not cheating to fuck someone over. I'm not cheating to, hey, I want an unfair advantage over other players. I'm just cheating for the fun of it. I just like to have games where I just can mess around. Why is there no possible way to, like in GTA, where you have cheats you can enable and just play the game? This is why I'm saying I'm cheating and not hacking. Because all I'm doing is just some fun stuff. Sure, I really hate the progression of the game. I really do. But at the end of the game, like, bro, start working on your game. There's a guy that's been doxxed. And Helldiver, or rather Arrowhead, did nothing about it. There've been a guy being doxxed on their subreddit because he gave an idea to a cool challenge. But no, he got doxxed for it. And Arrowhead does nothing. People complain about the grind, and Arrowhead does nothing. People complain about a lot in the game, and Arrowhead does nothing. And modding the game is also completely ass. It's easier to find a bypass for the anti-cheat and then mod from there than to actually try to mod the game. Because with the anti-cheat, you can mod ass. Like, I couldn't even mod anything really in the game. I just gave up because it was just too much of a hassle. Every patch breaks random things. Like, sure, it's with every game. But holy fucking shit. Arrowhead, please, just make it a little bit more sandbox-like. I'm not asking you to make everything free. I'm just asking you to put in a little bit of sandbox leveling. Like, or not sandbox leveling, but just sandbox playing. I'm sorry that the end of the video was this rant, but the cheating community is right now eating themselves. And a lot of people hate a lot of other people for reasons I cannot understand. Reasons I do not respect. And I'm really sad about this. But I'm curious about what you guys think. Thank you for watching. See you. Hello, sorry to make this long video a little longer. So something happened on my server while like making the video. I procrastinated a little. And basically what I wanna add on the things is when it comes to the Zodiac guys, like we had a talk on our Discord server, and there's like some things said that I think say more to show it than to talk about it. But basically they just blacklist everyone like from my server for I don't know why. I still don't understand why they think I annoyed them. All I wanted to do is like clarify some things and like talk about the scene. But I come to the conclusion that I really think they hate me. And it's okay. It's their server, it's their things. So that's all fine. I also want to clarify that Havoc Cup, Zodiac, and the Nazis are like all three different parties. So please don't get that mixed up. And well, the last thing is they had like the authentication, but they had it before like I choose to like show their stuff. You know, the cheat engine file that is being used online is not something that has been updated like by the Zodiac guy for a pretty long time, is what I heard. I can't really verify who worked on what and who did what, because it's just a mess when it comes to crediting, but I just wanted to add it that they made the authentication for their cheats before I had something with him to do directly. And what I think is the reason why I'm banned is, and this is my personal reason, I don't know why this is such a big deal for them, but for some reason, on the one hand, their cheat says, hey, if you have questions, join the server, and then if you join their server and you ask a question, you're just getting insulted as a retard because you didn't read stuff. Or they overall hated that people now join their server to, I don't know, join their server. I don't get it why they included their Discord server in their cheat if they didn't want people to join it. Like, there's nothing stopping people to upload it to unknown cheats. And then you're gonna have like a bunch of people joining. I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'm not gonna do anything. I try to interact with unknown cheats, and every time I like interacted there, it was negative, so I then stopped. But I wanted to add those things. Also, if there are things that are unclear, like I listened to the video again and like try to make sure that everything is somewhat good explained. But after like 10 minutes, it turned into a rant. So maybe I have to do like a retake, but I also want to get this video out. I also want to share my opinion. I'm not a full-time YouTuber. I'm actually not a YouTuber at all. And for me, it's just important to get Helldiver 2 on the right track. I think it's great that one of the lead devs was on unfiltered Helldivers and like talked about some things there, but it was so vague and so useless what information he provided that he couldn't have showed up there at all. But I wanna be supportive, I wanna cope a little and think that even if he didn't answer those things right, maybe he's gonna take them in the meeting and ask what they are gonna say. You know? He doesn't have like, he's like not a government official, you know? He doesn't have to provide or promise anything. Maybe just listening to the feedback and including it in the next meeting they're gonna have is helpful. I don't know why I tried to do a political analogy. I failed completely on that regard, but I want this video out and I wanna hear your opinions. This isn't something like hit the like and subscribe or something, but I'm genuinely curious about what other people think on this matter. And you don't have to like do that on Discord or on YouTube. You can do it on Discord too if you want. On Discord I actually reply. On YouTube I won't reply because I only use YouTube like while I'm eating to watch stuff. So there's a high chance I'm gonna reply on Discord. But that's on you. Like, you can do whatever you want. Take your time. Take your day off. Have a good one, guys.